Welcome to a land that unites ancient custom with the trappings of modern life, Taiwan. Off the coast of mainland China, southwest of Japan, and north of the Philippines, is a fascinating island standing in the equilibrium of modernity and ancient culture. This economic hub that we know today as Taiwan enthralled Portuguese explorers in 1544, who gave it the name Ilha Formosa, or Beautiful Island. When the Chinese Civil War broke out, the Kuomintang, led by Chiang Kai-shek, along with some 1.3 million refugees, soldiers, and the intellectual and business elite set foot on the island. The beginning of Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution in 1949 brought in about 2 million more nationalists, and with them, an enormous amount of their treasure. In no time, Taiwan rose to be one of Asia's economic tigers. With a territory spanning 35,980 square kilometers, this relatively small island keeps a surprising magnitude of history, culture, and wealth. And for me, this translates to a long list of must-sees, must-buys, must-tries, and must-eats. I arrive in Taipei, the capital city, in time for the Mooncake Festival. It is said that very few countries can rival Taiwan with its variety of food fare due to its many international influences. But of course, Taiwanese cuisine takes the cake. Qiandan Restaurant is Taipei's response to the growing number of health buffs aching for more natural alternatives. Here I found the art to Taiwanese dining. The facade of the restaurant with its water display instantly transports one to a state of balance. It is a good prelude, I must say, to a meal that unfolds like a story. I start off with a thick grated corn soup. The flavor is subtle, but like an amiable acquaintance, it prepares you for the main entree. The combinations of ingredients are very innovative, and the creative presentation can get the lazy Susan spinning on high gear. Among the best sellers are the pumpkin filled with a concoction of seafood, rice, and chestnuts, the codfish on a bed of sliced kiwi, and pork knuckles in light soy sauce. I love it when a country seems to know how food is the ultimate way to spark intimacy with a searcher. On the lookout for comfort food, I head to Din Tai Fung, rated by the New York Times as one of the world's top 10 restaurants. Established 30 years ago, it has branches in China, Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, Indonesia, Korea, and California. But the ultimate Din Tai Fung experience lies right here on Sinyi Road. They usually don't take reservations, but the long queues speak well of their famous Xiao Lung Bao, or steamed dumplings. I first visit the kitchen to see what the fuss about these dumplings is all about. In preparing the dish, it is important to be precise. First, the filling. A mixture of soup with vegetable, meat, or seafood is prepared while it is cold, so it does not fall apart. Then the wrapper must be delicately thin, but thick enough not to break. 18 exacting creases seal the deal, and the dumplings are ready to be steamed and served. For a meal like this, you'll be burping your way out for only $20 US or less. If Taipei were like the food it serves, it would be bold, radiant, and full of surprises. And just as I hoped, my next stop would be just that, the audacious Taipei 101. By far the world's tallest skyscraper. It holds the distinction of being the first such building to rise in this millennium. Completed in 2004, this architectural masterpiece cost an astounding $1,758 million US to build. its design inspired by the ever-present bamboo, Taipei 101 presents feng shui at its grandest, as it blends ancient tradition with cutting-edge technology. Each element in Taipei 101 holds its own symbolism. The Chinese lucky number 8, which signifies success, is represented by the 8 sections of the building. Its 101 floors denote high ideals as the number surpasses 100, the traditional Chinese number of perfection. But its top floor is just 37 seconds away aboard the world's fastest passenger elevator, running at 36 miles per hour. For 350 NT dollars, or about 10 US dollars, you get a ticket for the ride, entrance to the observatory, and a free audio tour that is available in different languages. As I take in the view of the fiery Taipei skyline, I am overcome by a feeling that somehow connects me to the city. From this perspective, I get to know Taiwan a little better. It dreams, it works, it lives. It reaches out to the heavens as it presents great aspirations before your very eyes. While economic growth is rapid and relentless, some things, however, remain the way they have been for as long as the Taiwanese can remember. Those in which everything else is anchored. Peaceful amidst the bustle of Wanhua district is the Shan Temple. Built in 1738 during the Qing dynasty, it was restored several times after a series of disasters, but it never ceased to be the center of spirituality in Taipei. The temple, said to be characteristic of classical Taiwanese architecture, is divided into 3 sections. The front, middle, and rear halls, which are all protected by dragon poles. The entire temple exhibits beautiful folk artistry, sculpted columns, detailed woodwork, and intricate paintings. Like most temples in Taiwan that house several deities, there are about 24 gods in the Shan Temple. Amid the hypnotic chanting of the faithful, candles are lit to honor a common desire for happiness. Sacred rituals appoint destinies and human desires reach the sky in the form of incense smoke, an experience that is traced far back to antiquity, but still remains relevant to the times. The short visit to the Shan Temple gave me a feel of the more profound side of Taiwan, its ancient beliefs that move most everything that materializes in the present. With growing curiosity, I proceed to the National Palace Museum in Shan Road, where artifacts from the mainland would take me 5,000 years back in time. Surrounded by lush gardens, the museum is ranked as one of the world's 4 best museums. Alongside the Louvre, the British Museum, and the New York Museum of Modern Art. It holds the world's richest and largest collection of Chinese art and artifacts that would take nearly 12 years to see them all, as only around 15,000 pieces of the approximately 700,000 are on display at any given time. Most of the pieces in the National Palace Museum are from the private collections of China's emperors, national treasures passed on across dynasties. Priceless paintings and works of jade, bronze, ceramics, textile, and lacquerware. Admission price is about $5 US. For groups of 10 or more, there is a special rate of $3 US per person. An audio tour would set you back an additional 62 cents. Next to their obsession with food, ancient art, and culture, shopping becomes a communal affair here in Taipei. The city is deluged with splurging temptations that fit all whims and budgets. The sky is getting dark, but the Ximending shopping district remains impervious. Today, the street has turned into a rainy runway, and as usual, the trendiest people of the city come dressed to the nines, ready to raid the shops for unique and fashionable apparel. With about 6,000 vendors and over 20 theaters, Ximending is the place to go for budget shopping, movies, snacks, or just people watching. Amid glamour and great bargains, there seems to be an unspoken bond that welcomes in all the spirit of fashion.
Ni hao, welcome to Taiwan!
If high fashion is your thing, nearly every couture boutique is represented in the city. Definitely not to miss is the Louis Vuitton Maison down Shan North Road. Here, it really is all in the bag. Entering the store brings an illusion of being inside luggage. Talk about style and substance. This store does not only carry luxury items, it also has one of the only 2 Louis Vuitton bookstores in the world. The more adventurous folks in Taipei hang around the Miramar Entertainment Park at the Daxi district. Miramar's claim to fame is its 3,000-seater, 9-screen cinema complex. But if your idea of a good motion picture is a live view of the glittering skyline high up in the air, then Asia's 3rd biggest Ferris wheel is for you. For that late-night shopping urge, there's no place like Shilin Night Market. Its dizzying assortment of merchandise and swarming locals make it the most popular shopping destination in the country. Everything under the moon, from street food to novelty items, clothes, and shoes are within reach. Haggle kindly and you'll surely get a good deal. Most stalls are open until 1 to 2 a.m., after which it would be nice to cozy up with a good book. I stopped by S-Light on Dunhua Road, where its 24-hour bookstore has become one of the hottest places to see and be seen in Taiwan. Over 500,000 people visit this place every month, where hundreds of thousands of book titles in various languages attract the young crowd. Here, reading is highly promoted and purchasing a book is not necessary to enjoy a good chapter. It's very refreshing to be part of a society where style, fashion, and information are the coolest things to get into after dark. Getting around Taipei is safe, cheap, and relatively comfortable. It is easy to hail cabs at any time of the day. Taxi meters flag down at approximately $4.30 for the first mile and about 30 US cents for every 350 meters reached. Most drivers do not speak English, so it would always be best to have your destination written in Chinese. Taking the bus is a good, inexpensive way to go. Several bus lines ply major routes daily, usually until 11 p.m. Make sure you get into the bus with the correct number and color that corresponds to your destination. Buses do not provide change, so be sure to prepare the exact fare, which is about 15 NT dollars per section. Another good alternative to get around Greater Taipei is the Mass Rapid Transit System, or MRT. A day ticket for 150 NT dollars, about $7.50, will allow you unlimited travel on the entire MRT network. For farther distances outside Taipei, the High-Speed Railway, or THSR, is the fastest and most comfortable way to travel. But, of course, it comes with a heftier price tag of 45 US dollars for economy and approximately 74 US dollars for business class. Moving at a top speed of 300 kilometers per hour, The usual 4 hours and 45-minute ride via regular train or 6 hours by car from Taipei to Kaohsiung is cut to 1 hour and 20 minutes on the high-speed rail's non-stop route. Situated on the southwestern coast of Taiwan facing the Taiwan Strait, Kaohsiung is the second largest city in Taiwan. It was founded towards the end of the Ming Dynasty in the 17th century and has grown to be a major industrial center, holding Taiwan's largest international port, one of the busiest in the world. A soothing view of the Love River is welcoming. Along its romantic walkways and manicured gardens are tales of love found or lost, so thus its name. Only 12 kilometers long, it is said to be the spine of the city and is likened to the River Thames of London. By its banks, I discover how laid-back Kaohsiung life is. Here, people take time out of their busy lives to gather with friends and talk over a cup of tea. I end my long day watching the reflections of lights and buildings over the calm water, thinking to myself how important these moments are. Moments when I am moved by things that I never knew were alive. I spend the night at the luxurious Grand Hai Lai Hotel. The hotel displays a remarkable collection of antique art pieces from all over the world. With its neoclassic ambiance and a great view of Kaohsiung, I woke up feeling like royalty. My stay at Grand Hai Lai got me in the mood for more decadence. And conveniently close by is a place that has everything I could imagine, including a 36-carriage Hello Kitty Ferris wheel. The growing popularity of theme parks in malls is evident here at the Dream Mall, the largest shopping center in Taiwan. It's interesting how the Taiwanese rationalize most everything. They say this enormous shopping complex was designed to integrate nature and marine elements to remind shoppers that Kaohsiung is a city by the ocean. The main building, called the Blue Whale, immediately conveys this message through its curious shape and color. Its design provides a seamless indoor-outdoor feel with its floor-to-ceiling glass panels. Having savored the contemporary side of Kaohsiung and inspired by the concept of water, I wander off to the east side of the Choying district, where the famed Lotus Lake lies laden with faith and folklore. Spreading their religious significance over water are the majestic spring and autumn pavilions completed in 1951 in honor of Quan Kung, the god of war. In front of the pavilions is a statue of Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy. Across the street, the people of Choying bring their offerings to the deities at the Confucius Temple and celebrate their spirituality with hymns of praise. Songs that resounded in my head all the way to northeast of Tashu village, where I would pay my respects to Buddha, whose contemplative ways seem to have guided me in this trip. Soon I found him, smiling at me each time as if I had done the right thing by coming here. At 36 meters high, the tallest great Buddha in Southeast Asia could bring anyone down on his knees. The Fo Guang Shan Monastery, or the Light of Buddha Mountain, counts more than 1,000 Buddha statues, large and small. Enlightenment is all over this sacred place. It flows through water. It is the sunlight that roams free in wide open spaces. It is the breeze that gently caresses the secluded gardens. I even got lucky when they served it to me on a platter. It's amazing how creative the monks can get with vegetables that it completely changed my mind about going vegetarian. They serve sashimi and cold cuts, pork in thick sauce, and many other dishes made purely from vegetables, but had the taste and texture of meat. In every sense, my short visit to Foguang Shan had become the soul food that I had been craving for so long.
With peace of mind and a song in my heart, I end this journey of this enthralling island that is Taiwan.